here.
Shane, can you introduce us? Ready?
Yeah, as ready as we'll ever be.
I'm going to be in your way.
That's fine. Okay. Here it comes. Oh, yeah, slide back.
This is fucking awful.
Just get the other chair.
Shane, are you vaping in here? I love it.
I forgot to ask if I could.
Yeah, vape.
It's fine.
What? Okay, first of all,
It's.
I also don't want to be the guy to
vape away.
ask if you can vape anywhere. I hate that.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Ill Informers. This is the first episode with an esteemed guest. Please give a round of applause to Shane Priestley, everybody.
Shane Hollywood Priestley.
Hello.
Woo.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us
Excellent.
today.
Yeah,
That's
it's good to be here. Top in the morning.
Yeah,
We like to record early. We all have kids and are married.
this is when we feel like you're
Yeah.
most open when you're not.
Yeah, you're gonna catch me like releasing some secrets. That's for sure.
it's like Hot Ones when they get them all hot and spicy and get them vulnerable. We get you before you're awake.
Yeah. Well, I'm awake. I had coffee, but I'll get you some gold maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. This is the first one I've done sober in
Really?
4 years. Since
Yo, what's
actually
your-
Elliot, your podcast maybe. No, I still drank beers.
What's your drug of choice for a podcast?
Drug of choice?
Well, whatever. Sober. Just alcohol.
Probably just alcohol.
Yeah.
If I do anything else, then I just get squirrely and I'll be like, I don't want to, tell my business ideas to an audience of people that might steal them. So.
Yeah, before you get an LLC, lock that down. Go on GoDaddy.
What's your worst business idea you've ever had?
My worst one?
Yeah.
Sorry, is this a thing? You have a lot of business ideas? I'm not
No.
aware of this.
Like
No,
Nash thought about opening up a cereal bar.
Hey,
And a
Does
coffee
that sound good to you?
delivery
I
company.
think that's actually a pretty good
thank
idea.
you. Thank you.
I would go there.
Yeah, we know you would, but people.
Why? Because I'm fat? Is that what? Good lord.
No, because you like cereal.
I actually don't. I eat cereal that often, but I do like your idea. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But you would if there was a nice, clean, like white bar, not like racially, but like aesthetically, like a medical facility with the future, like it was in Minority Report.
It's
Is
like,
that how you would order? Just
Yeah.
Isn't it like
Almond milk.
Clockwork Orange when they have that milk
Oh.
bar, but there's cereal in it?
Yeah.
Can you do like 75% and then 25% this?
What do you mean?
Like 25% Apple Jacks and like
Ooh,
75%
I like that.
cinnamon toast crunch.
As a purist, I actually hate that, but I've looked at other cereal bars, and that's what they do in the States. And then they you can mix cereals, and they put like peanut butter
well,
and like
no,
What? On peanut butter
ice
in the
cream
cereal?
and gross shit on. You can put whatever. It's like a Frogurt stand, but for cereal. I think it's
no, I don't like that.
shouldn't you make your own thing? Stand by your principles. Like, why'd you just cave so fast?
no mixing here.
Like, do you choose your own milk? Do you guys say milk or milk? I
say
never know
milk.
which one. Milk.
I say Malcolm.
I'm congested.
I do like
In my store, we always spell it with a Y, so I don't know anymore.
Why? Because it's made of
Almonds.
That's what.
Oh.
yeast.
Oat babies. My biggest idea for a business was like
Just nobody asked, but okay, go ahead.
a fancy cinnamon bun store. So you have like peach and cinnamon buns, and then you have like all sorts of flavors, vanilla bean cinnamon buns.
Just let this sit.
That's
Don't-
called Cinnabon. That's an actual store. That's
No,
already...
but that's shitty.
But
like
it's like gluten free, and they're like really dry.
no, that's the biggest problem is I couldn't make them because I am gluten free, and you can't make gluten free cinnamon.
You know,
buns.
some of the best sailors
make-
can't swim.
That's because they just want to drown immediately. If you fall off the ship, you don't want to sit there and tread water for 6 hours. You want to sink to the bottom.
Not all drug dealers do heroin. It's like,
So I'd have to go to your gluten-free Cinnabon place or whatever it's called.
it's not called cinnamon bun.
It'll be so dry. I'll have to go to your cereal shop and be like, "Please wet my whistle."
Yeah.
That's what his is called.
Wet my whistle?
And mine is dry as a.
Yeah, that's
Bang
actually
mouse,
way worse than my idea.
It's not way worse. You just are offended by my
I think
tear down of your idea.
I was going to say there's precedent already for the cereal place, but then, there is precedent for a cinnamon bun store.
It just opened up on Yates
But-
Street.
What?
A cinnamon bun place.
Oh, man.
Boom. Proof is in the
What's it
pudding.
called?
Roll.
It's called fucking Y.
Boom.
It's called fancy cinnamon buns. I don't know. Gourmet cinnamon
You have to
buns?
sell a lot of cinnamon buns to pay overhead in this city, though. It's like
Not as much as
$15,
coffee.
$20.
I had this app idea. You want to hear my app idea? Okay, so you have a group of friends, right? You have to have a group of friends for this. But
I'm out.
but you set up
as a dragon.
You have like a lobby, and then you can set up like a wager, and then every time you poop, you hit the button to notify the whole group that you pooped, but the group is notified anonymously, so you don't know who it is in the group that pooped. And at the end of the month, you tally up, all the poops get tallied up, and then whoever has the most poops wins.
Are you in the same house?
No, it could be you could
anywhere.
Global. It's a global
So it's
app.
like a
Worldwide. You got,
Wow.
and then you can track like who poops more in which country.
Wouldn't that be fun if it was like you got a bing, and then you look and it's like
It's
someone in your group pooped.
It's actually
It's like
scientific
3
research.
a.m.
Yeah.
I love that.
That was Shane.
You know when
Yeah.
you know when your friends are pooping though, because that's when the only time they text me.
My worst.
It's like that's yeah.
I don't text you, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't text. I did have like one of my worst fears come to life yesterday. I was just got comfortable pooping at my girlfriend's house. It's been 4.5 years. And, I was sitting there just enjoying my time, and then someone's like, one of her roommates walked past and like, it's coming through the door. I'm like, I just rushed. I rushed out.
It's like the mist.
I sprayed the mist, which they have poopery. Have you guys used that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's good
Apparently, you're
stuff.
supposed to spray the liquid, not the air. With
Yeah, you got to spray
because
in
it
that bowl before
traps
you
it.
shit.
Yeah, that was my mistake. Right there. But anyways, I
Didn't read the
walked
lit.
out, didn't look anyone in the eye, got in the car, and went back to my own home.
When you guys drop a bomb,
Finish the poop.
I almost half fucked it. Why did I say that?
when you leave a stinker, what's your air circulation strategy?
I don't care. I'm just like, that's
Really?
It's poop.
Oh.
That's what it does.
And
I turn the fan on.
I have so many like. Yeah. Never mind.
It's matches. Matches has got to be the go-to.
Yeah,
That's
that's a good
the
one.
trusty.
I leave the fan on and door open.
I use a
Get that
cap.
air.
I use a cap gun and just.
I met someone the other day that said that they don't close the door.
When they poop?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do they live alone?
No.
Lots
They
of
have a
room.
roommate.
You're
That's
like,
just that's
blind, but
you're like, Mom, please stop calling me like this.
That's quite
With-
the alpha move, just like with your 3 roommates there and just shitting on the toilet with the door open.
well, you don't want to miss part of your show. Sons of Anarchy doesn't come on again.
My little
It's
nieces
not like
do
you
that.
have to stream it.
Yeah.
You can pause it.
Yeah.
Yeah. With I only have 1 bathroom and 2 kids. You gotta leave
Yeah.
the door open, like unlocked. You don't leave
Yeah.
it open, but then they'll just run in. And it's not that bad if you're pooping. It's bad if you're wiping. I don't want to wipe in front of them. Shit, and they don't see anything.
What? So your kids don't know how to wipe because you won't show them how?
Get out. This is Dad's wipe time.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed of you.
But we learn from watching.
The my kids they don't do it anymore. Thank God they're old enough. But they used to require each other's presents while they were pooping. Like, and then they got phones and iPads. So I think that changed the game.
Now they just
But it was
FaceTime on
like-
the shitter.
It was like, hey, come in and keep me company while I'm shitting. Okay,
That's
so
a deep evolutionary instinct. Watch me while I poop.
oh, is it?
Watch my back.
Oh, there.
You're
Oh,
the most
okay, that's
vulnerable, you
good.
know?
That's when Julius
It's
Caesar got
still,
stabbed.
Still, it's
But-
weird. We're like, you guys can't be doing this when
Did
you're
he
in
actually
your
while he's
20s.
pooping?
No.
Oh.
But
Elvis-
that's probably what happened. Elvis got stabbed, yeah, by his heart.
Do you know Elvis died because he didn't poop? I think he didn't shit for 4 months. I read.
It was clay up in those bowels.
This is not like we don't need facts here. It's like ill-informed, right?
No,
There's no fact.
Yeah, yeah. You can just any old shit.
Do you guys
don't
always
define
sit,
what we are.
sit this close?
That's
Yeah,
why
we
he's
do.
always swinging his
We
hips.
usually all sit in that chair.
Usually I'm there.
That's why he's always swinging those hips. He's trying to get that shit out.
Yeah,
Just wouldn't loosen up.
man.
Ah,
I think I accidentally bought
I guess
a neo-Nazi T-shirt.
Cool.
Can't wait to hear this business idea.
No, I ordered this hilarious.
okay. This is what we do. Okay, we
What
we
brand
get
is-
everybody together. We go. You got. We do like a invade.
The tag, the Heil tag, and the who's this made by? Oh, this is the Heil company.
Well, it's just this really funny. I can show you a picture of it, but it's like a graphic tee with Jesus, like with a bloody crown of thorns, like pulling the American flag like aside and kind of like leaning on it. And I thought it was really funny, but then I got it, and it kind of has this like red Templar cross on the side.
Well,
And I googled it when I saw it, and I was like, oh, it's just a Knights Templar. This is a really Christian shirt. So like, Christian Crusades, and then I put it on. I'm like, this feels like an armband, and then I took it off, and then I Googled it some more, and I was like, yeah, I can't wear this.
Like, way to donate to the cause. Yeah.
Well, if you would like my advice, I would say you could cut the sleeves.
That's my
off.
plan.
Yeah.
But I almost think that's more offensive to fashion itself.
Yeah, I'll show you.
It's the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah, like an armband and no sleeves. Means the same thing.
You're still going to Rib Fest. Yeah, but speaking of shit, I was supposed to come here a week ago.
Yeah.
I apologize. I had quite a week. I dropped my phone in an outhouse. So if anyone phoned me during the week, this is what happened. I had
Where were you?
Oh gosh. Yeah, no. You can't wear that.
Let's see.
You know what? You should get one that's the same, but it's Alanis Morissette.
With the thorns.
Shane, we need,
Yeah, I
With the
love
thorns
that.
and everything.
we need you to Photoshop that. You're the king of Photoshop.
No.
Anyway, I've canceled myself, so Shane, this is all yours.
I can.
How you
I've
dropped
been canceled many times.
You actually dropped your phone in
Yeah,
in an outhouse?
I
Where-
went to this like mini festival by accident.
How did you?
Shining.
You just go to use a rest stop station and then get in. You're like, oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was not advertised, and I just ended up getting there, and everyone was double vax. So I'm like, I guess I'll stay.
Where was it? Was it electronica or was it bluegrass?
It was bluegrass.
Wait,
Excellent.
A lot of people wearing those shirts.
I have so many questions already. Wait, how did you get there?
In a
drove-
car.
Yeah, but you're just driving randomly? Or did you have a place to go?
Well, it was a campground.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, I'm not supposed to talk about it. It's very secret.
That
It was-
gold stream.
I won't tell you much about it, but it was, something to do with Weight Watchers. Anyways, so I was there, and then I went to use the outhouse, and it was dark, right? So I put my flashlight on because I wanted to be a gentleman and not piss on the seat, right? I was also extremely high on mushrooms, so I put the light on because I was scared, and then a guy that was waiting was like, "Hey, you're taking too long in there," and hit the door so hard that my phone flew from the thing and went right in there. And I opened the door fully gonna be like, "You owe me a phone," and then it was a guy I knew. So he's like, "You know what? I'll put my arm in there." And
Oh
I'm
my-
like,
Oh, what?
And
No.
I said, "I will never be able to look at you if you do that."
That is.
because it was
Because you'll both have pink eye.
Well, I wasn't concerned about pink eye. I was more concerned about, he was sitting in the same tent as me.
That
Everything
is,
would be pink.
You need more than just potpourri for that.
But the worst is I just looked at my phone. It said I had a voicemail, and so I was like, "Oh, I wonder who
That was
that
Elliot.
is." I was worried. You get that thing when
it was Kenny versus Spenny.
it was Spenny being like, "I need you to open for me
I need
for
you.
one beer."
I need to open for you.
Did it just sit on the top or did it sink? Because that's the danger. How deep are those porta potties? How far? Is
This
that?
was like late in the night.
Yeah.
So it was
So it-
already 2 days. They were giving out free tamales too.
That's
I
actually
wish that was
kinda-
a joke.
Did
But
you get it out?
no,
You just left it?
That phone is gone.
I just left it. And I took the L, and then I had a whole.
You couldn't get some gloves and get the card out or something, or
You know what?
you
I
got the
wish.
cloud. You got the cloud.
Aren't you gonna get like Mission Impossible? Like you tie some ropes to you and you.
This
just go
wasn't
down?
that deep, or it was deep but full of sewage.
Yeah.
So
Well, if
anyway.
you drop your phone in there, that's gone. You just gotta.
And then I was like free from
Rest
the
in
phone,
peace.
Yeah.
which was kind of nice. But then I just kept having this anxiety that someone died. You get the phone call, right? Or
That's
like
great when
all
you're
my
on mushrooms.
friends are texting me, and so then I went back and just got a new phone right away, and 0 messages, nothing, not from one single person, not even my mom.
Like,
Rest
I can't
in
get
peace.
hold of you. Aw.
No, my phone. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Darren, do you get a lot of messages randomly?
No.
Nope.
No. I get.
Like it's recycling day.
Yeah, basically. Yes. Yeah, I get notifications from the town of Sidney.
Yeah.
I just sign up. I just sign up to newsletters so I can get emails.
That's why I'm still subscribed to Michael's. You get an email from them every day.
These
25% off.
Oh wow, you're looking out for me with these coupons.
I got new scissors in stock. What do they have there? I love going to Michael's. It always smells like cinnamon.
Yeah.
I always bake cinnamon buns in there.
Who is Michael though?
He's one weird guy. He's gonna be a weird dude.
His house is made of paper mache.
He always throws glitter in the air.
He's like the Bikram of crafts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always fucking
that is
moms.
what you would do if you want to coerce moms, is definitely start a craft store.
Yeah.
What's
Really?
your craft of choice, Shane?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you like to do? Like when you're at home Friday night, and I know you just like to chill at home on Friday night.
I don't think masturbation's a craft.
It is. Depends what you use your spooge for.
Statues out of
Decoupage.
tissues.
I am crafty at I can't even say masturbation. A craft of choice?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I get like a good scrapbooking.
Yeah.
If Darren has a bad question, you can just say that's a bad question.
I like
That's the worst question I think ever. But
I like cutting out the heads of celebrities.
Cut out the heads of
Like, and then putting them on like naked men's bodies.
Are we talking about real life or pictures?
Picture? What do you mean real life?
I don't know. Just asking.
Are you saying I'm a serial killer?
I was a little concerned.
that's what the cereal bar is going to be called, by the way.
Ooh, I like that.
They already have one of those in New York, by the way. I looked it up.
It's called serial killer?
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm not stomping on your opening for Spenny dreams.
Darren, this is a question I have for you.
Uh-oh.
Might not necessarily be appropriate.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Who's the mayor of Sydney? Is it just a cane?
They don't have
Yes.
Like what is? Who is it?
It's an animatronic. It's an animatronic head.
It's just one of those carts that you could put groceries in.
I was there the other day and I had that thought. Like
They
I've
actually
never seen the mayor. Like is he?
He's not
They
a
don't
mayor.
have-
We have an emperor.
No, he's a baron.
He
he's-
clears out the streets at 7
Yeah.
p.m. I noticed that.
They call him the Baron of Beef.
Are you the mayor?
I might be. I can't disclose that information at this time. I plead the fifth.
Does the mayor still have his driver's license? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, not since he drove into one of the 7 bookshops.
It would be funny if the mayor was super young though.
It was just fucking everybody.
He drinks
Our
their
mayor.
blood.
Just grabbing butts, and all the boomers are okay with it because they haven't evolved at all.
Yeah,
That-
I run this down.
That Jesse sure is spunky.
Yep, he's a
Do
good.
you, know, you don't even know?
No, I do know who the mayor is. I know the mayor,
I
but I don't
totally
feel
know
like
who
I
the
can.
mayor is. I'm going to say it like right after I'm done with this sentence. It's definitely
I do not.
definitely
I
in my
cannot-
head.
I cannot
Definitely not
disclose.
stalling at all. So yeah, and the person.
The mayor is. Tune in next episode to find out who the mayor of Sydney is.
This is the last episode. Let's be honest.
Is there only council members?
Yeah, they're his droogs. That's what he.
Welcome back to the worst podcast that's ever happened.
Okay, it's just a pack of adult diapers.
But they're dependable. You can trust them.
You
Always
don't. Yeah,
there
you,
when you need them.
you don't have to
Pack of
vote.
diapers.
You don't vote. It is a lifetime appointment.
It's like the
But he
Supreme
is
Court.
97, so there'll be another vote coming in soon. It's just the oldest person in Sydney gets to be the mayor.
If you can catch a crab off the end of the pier, you get to be mayor.
In the wintertime, they make all these old people walk across an icy sidewalk, and whoever makes it gets crowned.
Is it going to be Gertrude
Yeah.
or Betty?
She's
Oh, no.
alive, but her hip.
Betty is down. Betty is down.
Is that why that market's so popular? The ice skating rink at the end. You're the mayor now.
I can't
Interesting.
feel my face.
What a horrible job to be a mayor.
Oh,
Especially Victoria. Everybody
Yeah.
just fucking hates her for.
yeah. People do hate Lisa Helps so much. I'm like, she just put in bike lanes and then
You know who else
incurred
put in
the
bike lanes?
ire,
The
ire of
Nazis!
everyone.
The Nazis use bike lanes.
She lives on my street,
Is she?
actually.
You fascist.
There's a 0 bike lanes on my street. Which is
I heard somebody say that. You know the mayor? There's a bike lane comes right out of her house, right down to City Hall, huh?
It
Isn't
actually,
that weird?
It is true.
It's fucking bullshit.
I My dad was dropping something off for me the other day, and he left his truck just running. He just it was like classic dad move, just like, and she was walking past, she
Turned off the keys.
just like went like this.
In her sweet
like,
pantsuit.
Dad, he just pissed off the mayor. He was like, whatever. Just like blew exhaust in her face. No, she seems like a very pleasant lady. She always wears like pantsuits, like her
Killer
fashion's
pantsuits.
on.
Yeah.
On
Are you from Victoria?
Yeah.
And your dad's obviously from here because he lives here. Cool. You don't seem
My
like somebody who's
my
from
dad is
Victoria.
from Jamaica.
Hence the sunglasses.
Huh.
And the shirt.
Because you don't seem like everybody who I know who kind of grew up here. I don't like, but
Yeah.
you, it's like you only
What are you trying to
like
say?
only children. Like only children are like weird, and they usually
I'm an
don't
only
like them.
child
Only
as well.
child.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just breaking stereotypes here.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
child from. Well, okay, it's kind of making sense. Well, good for you. What do you attribute that to?
Just
You were cool. You were wearing sunglasses. I only know one other only child who's not a fucking homeschooled weirdo.
Yeah, I think
He attributes it to like campsite festivals.
I mean, I don't know. I've met those only children. They're really always fucking weird.
Yeah,
They're always weird.
They're trying to like connect with you, and
Yeah.
you're like, no.
But then I was always jealous of people with like
Did you have cousins?
sisters.
Brothers.
I'm like, damn, it must be nice to have a hot sister. Dang. They're like, that's weird to say. I'm like, well, I thought it was cool.
It's better than an ugly sister.
Yeah. Well, then you just look better, right?
Yeah. You ever seen like Brad Pitt's brothers?
oh
Yeah.
I would.
Why do they call them thumb pits? Yeah, a lot of like good-looking actors have like hideous siblings.
Yeah, that's too bad.
You're the hideous sibling without the attractive.
Yeah, I mean, my best friend was my mom. So.
I had a friend ask me if Ryan Reynolds had a hair transplant, and then I was doing some research, and I found a picture of all of his brothers and his dad, and they're all receding. But he's like,
yeah, of course he got a hair transplant.
yeah. Anyway, he's very good looking, and they're all not.
But what do you think of that? So people from Victoria are generally like just weird, annoying. Or?
Yeah, I think I was trying to think about this because I think it's because you always kind of hate where you're from eventually, but Victoria's like such a weird, I don't know. It's they usually have lots of money.
It's like the people you see like in small towns, like even smaller towns that have never left, and they have like a hunchback and work at the gas station.
And they're bitter. But it'd be like
Yeah.
if that, but if their family had lots of money and they wore big hats.
Yeah. Is it just the, is
Yeah,
it
the
the
big hat
entitlement too? Is it like being in Victoria? Like I own this town, but I hate it.
This place
well.
this place sucks.
Yeah.
And then they rip out in their parents' car.
But people are so excited to move here. Like there's everyone from every small town. Like when I moved here from like Summerland, small town, we were all like, we're going to the big city,
Yeah.
guys. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, I'll tell you why I never left. It's because I have all my spots mapped out on point where I go and cry alone. I can't go to a new city and find a new cry spot.
Yeah. There's not a lot of good, I hear there's not a lot of good ones in Montreal.
No, it would be a poutine place. for sure.
In Vancouver, everybody's shooting up in your cry spots.
Shooting up. That's fine. They wouldn't notice that my tears are flowing. That's why I couldn't come to the podcast last week.
Dude, are you crying? No.
Yeah, they're judging me while they have a needle in their arm.
Just time
What a
out. It's not
fucking
there yet,
pussy.
but
What a fucking pussy.
Can you swear on this podcast?
No.
No.
Okay. You guys are such different age groups. It looks.
Isn't it a good spectrum? Like
Me and Nash
Kid,
are actually the same.
dead
age.
and then like normal guy.
You're a very attractive
You're not the
man. May I
normal
say
guy.
Who, me? You're pointing at me,
that?
obviously.
No, Nash.
What?
It's like hard to point out.
I don't know
how old you are.
He's gotten pretty chubby since COVID.
If that's chubby, I'll fucking kill myself.
That's
But
nice.
yeah, I don't know if you're like 40 or 19. Like it's really hard.
All right. I'm like
Darren's
Rob,
like
Rob Lowe.
70.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lean into it. I'm hoping for that mayor position.
Or like a young weathered sea captain.
You're the mayor of pussy, I'm sure. In
Mayor
Sydney.
pussy in Sydney. Ooh.
Just covered in dust all the time.
Elliot, how old's Elliot? He is still a child. We use spirit gum and the pubes.
I always said
Nash's pubes.
Elliot's the only
That hair.
child you can legally fuck.
Do you drink your children's blood? Is that why you look so young?
I think it's because he's only like 22, 23. 24. He's so mad right now.
Wow.
I'm not mad. I'm 28.
When did you meet that wizard to keep you at the same age?
He has a picture.
was,
he has a picture
12.
that's aging in his bathroom.
The wizard came in my mouth and I never aged.
I just realized for the whole podcast I've been holding the mic like this. Does that look weird?
No.
You have very feminine hands, though. I'm not gonna lie.
My
You got nice long fingers.
Dishwashing.
piano
hand.
fingers is my.
Look
what
how
my
look how
girlfriend's also. No,
I have really stubby hands. Look at those.
long fingers.
Yeah, I'd
good.
rather have Shane's
You got a ring
hand-
top. My
fingers in my hand.
Extremely soft. I used to do it as a bit, but it was a real story where I'm not going to mention names, but
I know who it was.
a very crusty. Well, that's not very nice to say.
Did you
but
get a manicure? It looks
No.
like you got like a manicure.
Now I feel uncomfortable holding this. Okay, I'll just do this. But an older comedian once shook my hand, and he had a callus on his hand, and it cut my hand open because my hands are so soft. It was so embarrassing, and I had to keep putting my hand in my pocket to soak the blood up.
Did it look like you had a period?
Then get stitches later on.
It was very, very embarrassing.
That is a meaty callus.
That's hilarious.
Well, I have very soft hands. I didn't even moisturize.
I cut my I cut my hand having like a tantrum trying to get a bottle open. We got these like glass. This is not going to be worth the anticipation.
Sorry,
Go
I
ahead.
just burped in front of your story there.
No.
Go ahead.
No, we just got these sparkly water in bottles, and I thought it'd be
Called
cool.
Perrier.
And like you know when you knock it against the counter.
Yeah.
But there was no counter, so I was trying to do this on the side of this brick building, and I
Like a
like
cool
slipped
dude.
and like cut my hand. And I started getting really mad. And my wife's like, "Why are you here?"
Doing this.
Yeah, with me.
Why are you guys in an alleyway?
It was the best. We couldn't find any parking.
It's the only place to drink San Pellegrino, okay?
Yeah, it wasn't worth it. Anyway,
That's good. That's all right.
That's what we should have called this podcast.
wasn't worth it. Anyway,
Have you guys ever been at a barbecue and you're trying to
No.
impress
No.
a lot of people you work with, and then you put your hand up and a bee gets stuck in your fingers and stings you?
Do you muscle? Did you muscle through it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very painful. But I didn't want to be like the guy who's like, oh, I got stung. Yeah. That's why I'm working on a new impression. Guy that's too anxious to tell people he's with that he was stung by a bunch of bees. That's my impression. Can you pass the potato salad? Yeah, anyways.
That's great.
This is why you don't have me on in the morning. Like, I haven't had a single drop of alcohol. I'm sober now. I'm a
You did-
sober
are you-
man now.
Really? You just quit everything as,
As
of
of-
last night?
This podcast, yeah. No, I
Last-
went home early last night.
Last night
Have you-
there was a drunk girl at the show,
Oh no.
and she came over and she kept talking to Mikey Dubs.
oh
He was
no.
and she bought Mikey Dubs a drink, and he doesn't drink. And he's
Oh, that's the
Mikey
worst.
Dubs was in like, is just like, just leave me alone.
Oh,
And she just
no.
kept coming back like throughout the whole show.
Mikey Dubs, he's ripped, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
even more ripped now.
Oh fuck yeah! Wow, was it? Are you sure it wasn't you that bought him the drink last night?
I wish. I definitely spiked it.
Oh my god!
just to steal his workout routines. He's got
Just
but
to
he's-
hug him while he's asleep.
He's smaller than he was. There was a point
No,
a few
no,
years
no,
ago
no,
that he was
Whoa.
way
You
bigger.
haven't seen him. You
Yeah, I
haven't seen
have.
him. No, he's bigger.
You fucking idiot.
What?
I don't know.
I've seen Mikey Dubs at like for seven. Like no, this is the biggest he's
Okay,
ever.
quit,
No,
quit bragging.
5 years ago, he went through a period where he was like massive, and then he was just like, I was like, oh, dude, why are we talking?
Is he a big?
This is a Mikey Dubs fan.
is he a big
pod.
listener
Yeah.
of the pod?
No, he's never gonna listen to this.
You think he's gonna listen? He doesn't listen to anything.
We should have him on, or maybe just his cum gutters.
Yeah, just his arms.
Have you heard that term?
No, I
Cum
like
gutters?
that. Cum
What is it?
gutters. What's that?
It's like the V part.
Oh, I like.
Oh,
Yeah, that's great.
Cum gutter.
I got.
I was
cum
thinking
Is
gutters.
it too early for that? Too early for cum gutter?
A cum gutter is like a dirty
It's my mouth.
woman. I thought, or that's a cum dumpster. Sorry.
Yeah. Get your
Yeah.
receptacles
Let me just
correct.
Get canceled in this all white male podcast.
Remind me, I have a shirt for you before you leave.
I'm not. I'm half Irish.
Knights Templar is pretty cool.
It must be horrible if your name was Neil and your last name was Nazi. I was just thinking that. Do you think there is anyone that last name Nazi?
I knew a guy, Nazi, it was called.
Oh,
Nazi.
really?
Yeah, but it's
It's
he
spelled
needs
exactly
to
the
tell
same.
everyone how to pronounce
Or
that.
two Z's.
I think it was two Z's or
And he would go up to, it'd be like Nazi with two Z's. Two Z's.
And he I won't share those details, but
What, you want to talk
Definitely.
about his cum gutter?
No, he just doesn't want to talk about his views on Jews.
Oh, that's a good podcast name.
yeah.
Views on Jews.
Yeah.
I hate that you said that, but I love that it rhymes.
What a great business idea.
Yeah, he had this
Come hear the news about my views about Jews.
he had this I used to do kickboxing with him, but he like smelled really bad, but he said it was like a condition.
Ooh, that's
Doesn't-
Not
that doesn't-
showering.
And I haven't Googled it, but
that
it was
doesn't change anything.
You think if you have that issue, you'd have to have like a card like the Joker about the laughing? Like, sorry about this.
or the anti-vax cards.
Yeah.
Or the
I have a condition that I smell.
You know those things are. We had somebody come in to the cafe I work at who's been coming in for a year. He is an anti-vaxxer, anti-masker, but he's very nice. And he's not. He'll be like, "Hey, I just got a little information for you if you're interested. No pressure
really?
though." He's very like. But then he came in. I was like, "Hey, dude, you got to put because we just opened up. You got to put on a mask." And he's like, "Oh, I have an exemption." And he showed me this card, and I was like, "Oh, I've never." I was like, "I've never seen that before. Can I take a picture of it?" He's like, "Yeah." And then I took a
Yeah.
picture of it, and then I Googled it. And it's fucking fake.
Yeah, of course it is. He's just.
But I
wrote it up.
trusted him.
You're like it's crayon scribbled on a
I was at
back of a placemat.
CDC. That's not Canadian.
I was at a bar like for the first time yesterday, because since the vaccine passports, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there, and a very white rich couple comes in, and they're like yelling at the server, like, "We can't sit outside and not wear a mask or be vaxxed." She's like, "No," and they're like, "Well, I guess you're discriminating against us." And I've never seen that in like real life before. And then they got in their Range Rover and left. And I'm like, that's exactly the car I would have. But it must suck being in like service industry. Like, do you get yelled at a lot now?
Well, they don't. It was because technically we're fast food. We don't
You
have to
grab
check
and go,
for
yeah.
Okay.
grab and go. So, but it's so stressful because you don't know who's coming, and then somebody comes in without a mask, and you're like, "Fuck!" And then they're like, "I have an exemption." It's clearly they don't, and they're just being a dick.
But there's no exemption card. Like it's like show us your you have an exemption. So what is it? Like no, you don't have an exemption.
You don't have to prove it. You can't ask. You can't. They can just say they can just say they have an exemption, and then you just have to let them in.
We don't let them in our store.
Yeah.
Even if they say exemption, we don't let them.
My boss is like, it's like I find it a little frustrating.
We have a security guard that says, "Nope, no masks. We don't care.
Get the fuck out.
We're
of
a private property. You can't come in here without a mask."
I want to yell at this guy because I'm like, dude, I trusted you. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck
I feel
out.
betrayed.
I was like, okay, we've built up this rapport. I'm gonna let it slide.
Did you make him wait while you Googled if it was real or
No, I
not?
Googled it after. I haven't seen
Okay.
him since though, so I imagine
Okay.
he's like, oh, he took a picture of it.
He's like, oh, he looked on the internet. Oh, gosh.
He's at home just making more cards.
But if you're white and rich, so you cannot say you're getting discriminated against. I was offended.
He could just buy a restaurant.
I felt so bad for the server. Like, they're just yelled at her.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I
Yeah.
went-
That's what makes me not want passports. That's the only thing. Is like I know how many people are gonna
Gotta
get
put
yelled
up with
at.
shit.
So Canadian.
But you know what?
But
Those rich white... Sorry, Darren.
No, you go ahead.
I was
No, you
just
go.
going to say, like, those rich white people made me tip. Made me tip
I'm
more.
so
So,
sorry.
all in all...
I think
was
there's
good.
you have to if that's happening. I feel like as a citizen who's not working there,
Yeah.
Citizens
say something.
arrest. You are under arrest.
It is the same thing. The duty is like when someone's shitting on some 16-year-old kid at a grocery store.
Yeah.
He
They can't say anything.
but
Why
you
is the
could
guy-
turn around and
Why is the guy
fucking.
shitting on a 16-year-old at a grocery
Well, they're
store?
just like, come on, is this? I got somewhere to be. Jesus Christ, you're fucking. And you just you could be the person. The kid can. Oh, they can't say anything, but you can turn around and go like, hey, asshole.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
every place needs a security guard. Everybody needs a Mikey Dubs to just stand up.
Yeah, we all talk big game that we would turn around and say something, but
Yeah,
I've
I
been
just
in
look
that
at my
situation.
phone.
I'm like, nope, not today.
look at what's on my phone.
I love masks because I can go to the grocery store and hopefully no one from my high school notices me.
There was so much freedom at the beginning of COVID.
You gotta leave this town, man.
No, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, holy shit, I do have to leave.
There's so much freedom at the beginning of COVID. You could just wear whatever you want to the grocery store.
Mhm.
Like I was just wearing sweatpants. I never wear
Ugh.
sweatpants to the grocery store, but you got the mask on. Who
No,
gives
you
a
shouldn't do that.
fuck?
You shouldn't do
I
that.
never
don't
wear
care.
sweatpants at
I don't
home.
care. I don't
No.
care.
I had this
My
conversation
balls
with my
are
wife.
out. I'm not even wearing underwear. Just
Yeah, your mask, your balls need a mask.
Every
That's
time we
for
go
sure.
traveling, I'm like, there was a time when we used to dress up to get on an airplane.
Yeah, that's the one
God.
thing about staying in the same town that you grow up in is I could never be homeless.
They're like, oh,
No.
because it would be awful. I'd have to move to Nanaimo because someone would be like, "Hey, what are you really fucked up?"
you back because of COVID? You're stuck here because of COVID?
I remember when you got a D on the math test. Everything checks out.
You could just rely on the friendship of your high school grad class when they pass you.
They hated me.
That's
They all hated me.
Why'd they hate you?
Yeah, well, all right, okay. Well.
you got.
Yeah, we don't want to get into that.
Nash thought you were a cool dude. You weren't a cool dude in high school?
I'm not cool at all.
Musical theater.
Yeah.
No, then
Yeah.
you would have been hip. That was like...
Yeah,
No,
well,
This
That was
is
Glee
before.
time.
This is before Glee.
so no brothers, no sisters. You turned
No.
out okay. Where do you get your confidence from?
I don't have confidence at all. I'm full of anxiety at all times.
You know,
You have any other
Well,
questions? Are you like a doctor? Like what?
He's trying to get you to cry,
I'm
Shane.
just wondering.
You're trying to get in my cum gutter, aren't you? That's my craft.
I'm gonna-
Is to make a cum gutter.
I'm gonna fill him up.
Hell yeah.
You gotta get all the leaves and stuff out of it first.
Yeah, there's a lot of leaves.
a lot
in
of
there.
twigs.
There's a lot of pines and debris.
Yeah, a lot of emotional baggage.
It's all clogged up.
That's why I couldn't come on
Tears.
the last podcast because
Your gutters were clogged.
it was possible that I was heading towards a breakup, but it didn't happen. It was all my fault.
Yeah,
but
so-
I was.
It
Or
was-
what we like to call in the podcast business bullshit.
It was
like-
all. It was a
Breakup
classic.
hangover.
Like I was so sad, and it was classic. Like I was sitting in the dark on my deck, just drinking whiskey and watching sad videos, and then my roommate, shout out Evan Mumford, opened the door and he's like, "What the hell are you doing out here?" And I'm like,
Is that who you were breaking up with,
crying. Yes.
Ivan?
Why is it?
No.
It's so much likelier to get like weird emotionally at night. Like if you have if you're supposed to already be asleep.
It's
Yeah.
because people can see you in the daytime.
No, you don't have those relationship discussions at any time past 9 p.m. because
Know what I
otherwise it'll go off the fucking rails.
When I get
Yeah,
really,
just go to
like,
bed mad, and then you'll wake up and you'll be like, oh, that's
Wake
so
up,
stupid.
fuck, and then
and then die of
Have
cancer
cereal.
at 65.
when I get really
That's a great way to
sad-
go out.
When I get really sad and I want to cry, I just go to my 24-hour fitness at like 3 a.m. because no one's in there. Stare at myself in the mirror. Never worked out
never
there,
worked.
but I do pay $30 a month just to sit in there.
Do you cry? Do you
Yes.
cry frequently?
No, I don't. But I like to, what is it, seclude? Or what's the word?
Seclusionary.
I'd like
don't know
to
if you
come
can
out
say-
my eyes a couple times. a month.
Oh, secrete.
Secrete. Yeah, that's it. I actually know a guy named Secrete. Shout out Secrete. What's up?
Does he rap?
That's racist. But no, I do like. I like to watch sad things sometimes because I feel like I get a build up of because I'm
Yeah.
such a manly person, always pushing down my emotions.
Right.
What's your go-to sad thing to watch? Just
This podcast?
No, I have never watched this podcast.
Good for you. Keep it.
Sorry.
No,
yeah,
it's-
that makes two of us.
It's like
Yeah.
being on The View.
You go on it if they ask, but you have no idea what's
Yeah.
happening.
yeah, you got a book to promote.
Yeah. 1,000 little pieces of tears. No, I
beautiful.
watch how many videos can you get through without crying or whatever challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Like soldiers meeting their dogs and stuff.
I almost teared up at the 9/11.
Whoa.
documentary.
You were because you were happy?
Yeah, I was so happy.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
finally, they've come
Jihad.
down.
Oh my God. I went home and my girlfriend and roommates were watching that. I'm like, this is
Fucking
a Saturday
depressing.
night. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, 9/11. What a tragedy. What? You guys are shitting on it.
I didn't say anything.
Do you know what? I'm gonna say this. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Oh my God.
Chernobyl. That's where my people are from. Like that was pretty bad.
I better not get in trouble because of this podcast.
You're not. Don't worry.
I'm always
All
At
three
this point in
listeners.
it,
skating on
nobody.
thin ice.
It's weird
What
that the Ukraine, but like this is a real thought I had. It was like the Ukraine tragedy was way worse than
Okay.
9/11?
What Ukraine tragedy?
Careful, Elliot. Careful.
Chernobyl. Chernobyl could have like literally killed the entire world.
Well, nerd alert. Jeez.
We don't even care about these Russian miners.
What's your email address? QAnon@hotmail.com.
There's these Russian miners had to dig underneath Chernobyl so they could add a water pool under there so that it wouldn't melt down and melt down into the core of the earth.
Is that
Is that
possible?
fracking?
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Are you just a riot at parent-teacher?
I get high and go, you guys know about Chernobyl?
Oh, man. I knew a guy named Chernobyl.
Best friends with Secrete.
Yeah. I shouldn't bring up Secrete. It's my,
So what do your parents do?
my parents retired.
They live in Sydney. I play
really?
Shuffleboard with his dad
Oh.
on Wednesdays.
No, my mom works at a school.
And that's the mayor is the shuffleboard?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is a shuffleboard. Is that okay to do on it?
We don't give a shit.
So, what do you guys do now?
I usually have a timer going, so as soon as it hits 45, I'm like, all right, that's it, we're done.
Do you have
I
any?
have no idea.
Should we talk about Norm Macdonald at all?
Wait,
Does
let
anybody
me
care about
let me just say one thing about get back to the anti-vaxxers. What's the most weird place you've been? Because I went to the pool yesterday,
You got a needle.
and they were like, I walked into the pool. I was like, oh, maybe I'll take my nephews to the pool. You don't need to be vaccinated to be in the pool. I go to the family swim, like 1 to 4, with my nephews and my daughter, and there is a fucking 1,000 people in the pool. And
Do you have
my
to be
daughter just turns to me.
vaxxed?
She's like, this is not COVID friendly.
Do you have to be vaxxed to go in there?
No, you do not. have
What?
to- no, you don't have to.
That's
Just,
the grossest
just a fucking
place.
Because
cesspool.
it's grab and go.
Oh my God.
Grab and go a child.
That's what I find frustrating because I was like to my boss, okay, well, if we ask them to put on a mask, and like, yeah, and if they don't, can we kick them out? They're like, you can ask them, or they can just sit down and then they're fine. And I'm like, what? Can we call the cops? And like they
Nope.
said they won't come. Well, why are we enforcing this if we can't fucking do anything?
But does that you can just beat them then? You can just old school baseball bat behind the counter, fucking chase them out.
I wish. I just was like to start roasting them.
Who can Nash beat up?
Fucking you.
can wield those thighs.
So did you stay at the pool then?
Yeah, I didn't care. I was like, whatever. I'm like,
Oh.
I'm vaxxed, and the rest of you fuckers.
I feel gross like before COVID.
Why
Why?
are
But
we-
I
Yeah.
love the pool.
You're
Don't
not,
It
get me
is.
wrong.
and you're not even on the same couch as him.
I don't like going into the steam room when someone talks to me. That's
Oh, I love it. That's the only reason I go.
no,
Dude, the last time I was in a sauna years ago, there's like 8 people in there. It's dead silent, obviously, because that's the way it should be. And then this guy goes, why do people lie?
Oh my God.
And then nobody said anything for like 20 seconds. And somebody's like gave an answer, and then it was dead silent. And then he got up and left.
Wow. That's so strange.
Dude,
It was so. It was like,
the sauna is great. That's where you go in there and you talk about the economy with a bunch of 68-year-olds.
No,
That's
you
yes.
only do that if you have no friends.
yeah.
That's where I go to the sauna.
I do love the sauna. I just hate when someone's just like, so what do you do for work? And I'm like, just have to make something up.
I'm an only child.
Yeah,
I'm the plumber for the Empress. The
it's pretty good.
Got the cinnamon bun business going.
pool always smells like cum, doesn't it?
What, your cum smell like chlorine?
Yes.
Chlorine
Yes.
and bleach?
Well, I
little
went
bleachy.
to school with some swimmers, and when they would spend so much time in the pool, when they sweat, it smelled like chlorine.
Oh,
They
That's
always
fucking
smell like
gross.
cum.
Yeah. that,
Always.
Well, that's what they
smell
call
like
them. The cum.
delicious cum.
that clean.
In high school, I know one guy always
Cum
smoked
seals.
so much weed when he was in gym class. He would like sweat
Yeah.
weed.
You
and
could get-
smell out.
Get contact high just from his sweat.
Oh, that reminds me. Sorry, my mom just texted me. Is the podcast funny? Well,
It's definitely here.
I was thinking about that guy that you said had like a smell issue.
Yeah. Just now, you were just thinking about it now.
I had the thought earlier that we went veered off.
You know, I've been thinking about this. This guy.
This guy's
You've been here this whole time.
dreams.
You weren't pondering anything.
He would be such a great he could get a job for Axe body spray. If they made an Axe body spray that would help that man out, it would fly off the shelf.
I think it was really gross. It was like and his gi smelled like sweet.
Wait, his what?
His gi, like the karate
his
suit
butter.
you wear.
I thought it was
Indian
his
butter?
French name. Or something. He worked in a restaurant.
Gi fucking smelled. Gi Nazi smell.
He neo-Nazi.
Did it smell like regular BO or was it oniony?
Yeah, it was a little oniony, a little
Yeah,
sweet, like
that's
onion.
that's exactly. So if you eat a lot of onions,
Ugh, I don't want to talk about this.
you know what? I did an experiment once.
Yeah.
Eat a lot of onions and then sweat, and it will have that old oniony compost smell.
Was this the way to try and get your wife to leave you?
This is how I won her.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She's already left.
I just drive back to Sydney and just sit in the alleyway
And sleep in your car?
Yeah, I live in Sydney. You can park anywhere.
I'm the
Darren.
mayor.
Good old Sidney.
Yeah, you can talk about Norm. Did you bring
Well,
whiskey?
No, I didn't bring any whiskey. It's fine.
I brought scratch and win tickets.
This is great podcasting.
This is I don't know. Because I know Norm Macdonald was an unrepentant gambler, and he lost everything. Listen to him on some podcast where he's like, I lost everything twice in his life. Lost.
Do I have to pay?
Can we
guys
scratch
if I win?
Yeah. I'm counted, and if you win, it all is. I've already signed in the back of every
Scratch it with your microphone so it's good pod.
And if we lose, then the listeners, then we know how the listeners feel.
Isn't that is a Norm bit where he's like, worst gift is a lottery ticket?
Oh, really? Did you win?
I won $1.
Woo!
What's your earliest memory of Norm Macdonald, Shane?
What do you mean, earliest? When I was a child? What do you mean? Oh my god!
Did you win?
Just a sec.
Did you grow up watching Norm
25.
Macdonald?
Yeah, I love Norm Macdonald. He's my favorite comedian. One of my favorite.
Was.
Yeah.
That's not
I
funny,
won
Elliot.
$3.
Really?
There you go.
Yeah, wow.
That's not yours. That's the podcast.
This-
But thanks.
I do need to take
That's
the
our
bus home.
Patreon.
I'm not scratching this one because I don't know the rules for this, so I'll do that later.
I won $3.
Did you?
Double winner.
Wow.
This is pretty good. I remember Norm Macdonald because I am old enough to have watched him on Saturday Night Live, and that was always he was so fucking good on that.
Yeah.
Ted
Yeah.
Ferguson here. I laughed so hard on
He
that.
was one of the He was one of the celebrities that I definitely felt extremely sad.
Mm-hmm.
I cried. I've cried every day since then. I think just listening to all these podcasts of all his friends. It's so sad.
Yeah.
Oh man, sounds like you're the real crier on this pod. Not
I think I
Shane.
am.
Yeah,
I'm very sensitive.
yeah.
Couple
When was the last time you cried?
boys.
I'm crying right
Last
now.
night, I was listening to Bob Saget's podcast about Norm. It's so
Oh,
sad.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that tribute one.
Yeah.
The only thing sadder is watching Bob Saget's perform.
You know what?
I haven't watched any of this.
Did you watch on YouTube or did you listen to it?
I listened to it.
Okay.
But I know
Yeah.
there are pictures on the YouTube.
But it was the same 3 pictures. He could have put a few others in there. Come on. Oh god.
Yeah, it's so sad. My favorite thing I ever saw, he was on Larry. What I liked about Norm, he was on Larry King, his show after, his online show, and he's talking about Johnny Carson, because Norm used to do an impression of Larry King, and I guess Johnny Carson really liked it. So Larry King's like, did you ever meet Johnny Carson? And then Norm tells a story about Johnny Carson reaching out because he liked that Larry King impression, and then going over to Johnny Carson's house and then reading. Larry King used to have these newspaper things, so they were both reading it. Norm tells a story about both him and Johnny Carson reading these things as Larry King, and he's like, it was best memory ever. Then Norm's promoting something else. I think his book, 2-3 years later, the same Larry King program. Larry King asked, "Did you ever meet Johnny Carson?" And then he tells a story about Johnny reaching out, wanting to do it, and then he says, he's like, but then I was too scared to go. So he told two different. So I don't know which one was true.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't. Still
Isn't that
think
hilarious?
It's just the fuck
But
with
nobody
people.
would know. It was just a fluke that I watched both these back to back, and he had one he met Johnny Carson and hung out, and it was wonderful, and one he was too scared and didn't call him back. Isn't that funny? I thought that was funny.
My favorite Larry King moment is
We're on to Larry King.
When
Is he dead yet?
Yeah, he's dead.
when Dave Attell was
Hard
on
to tell.
that news show where he like had no idea who his guests were. It was like Larry King like on YouTube or something, right? And then
Oh yeah.
Dave Attell was like, "So Larry, what's it like trying to steal the ring from those kids?"
He's like, what? Cool. Well, Shane, I just want to formally apologize
For
having you on the
dragging
show.
you
Oh,
down
no
here?
apologies necessary. I just had to clear out my morning schedule. To get up at 8 so I can take a shit before.
You did bring cookies. That was good.
I brought cookies.
We saw it
to
on the
everyone, and I'm a great guest, you know.
Well, time will tell.
You're the
Yeah, after this
You're
I
the
get
first
canceled.
one, so technically you are yes.
you are the greatest guest we've ever had. So thanks for coming on. Yeah, let's
Thanks
end
for
the
having
episode
me.
here.
I feel
Yeah.
ill-informed, ladies.
As long as you feel stupider for being
No, this is what goes on in my brain all the time.
disappointed like my parents.
Well, thanks
Nice.
so much for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Do I have to say bye?
Yeah, you got
Say the catchphrase.
You got anything to promote?
Ill-informed.
All right, turn the
Oh
camera
yeah,
off.
ShanePriestley.com. You can buy T-shirts.
Edit that out.